Could a big move be coming for your Kansas City Chiefs? They still have close to $8 million in cap space, according to Spotrac. On this edition of the program, we will look at 5 potential free agent targets for the Kansas City Chiefs after roster cutdown day that they could still bring in before the season begins. We'll go over that list coming up in just a moment. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Folks, we are trying to reach 57,000 subscribers on the channel before week 1, and we are very, very close. We are just over 300 subs away. And the bosses tell me we might have to shut the channel down if we don't get to 58K subs before week 1. Why on earth would we do that, folks? Subscribe now. Join us for our watch party coming up next week. In addition to our live shows, our daily news and rumors, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. It's all in one place right here on the Chiefs Report. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. Let's begin at the corner position. This is where we find Patrick Peterson, the 34-year-old who will in all likelihood be a Hall of Famer someday. He is still looking for a place to call home in 2024 after playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. It's no secret, Patrick Peterson, he is not a spring chicken. He is an old man now, but he still has an incredible resume. And you look at the corner position for the Kansas City Chiefs, that remains the only big concern for this Chiefs team at this point entering 2024. And Patrick Peterson, although he's not what he used to be, he still could be a nice asset and make you feel a little bit better about this group heading into this year. You look at what Peterson has done. He's been phenomenal. An 8-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time first-team All-Pro, and at the very least could be a great presence in that corner room that's very young, very youthful there with what he's done over the years. He's been there, done that, and he can show them how to do that. Was a part of the NFL's All-Decades team in 2010. And you look at these statistics. Last year, I know a lot of people were kind of hard on Patrick Peterson, but he still had 2 interceptions and 11 pass breakups along with 42 tackles. The year prior to that in Minnesota, he had 5 interceptions and 13 pass breakups along with 66 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. And what have we talked a lot about with Trent McDuffie? As excited as we are about Trent McDuffie coming off an All-Pro campaign and stepping into a larger role in place of L'Jarius Sneed, who's gone now, McDuffie has never had an interception in his career. Patrick Peterson could play a completely different role from Trent McDuffie and be a nice compliment potentially for this Kansas City Chiefs defense. Let's ask you, put your GM hat on now. Let us know. Should the Chiefs sign Patrick Peterson? You got 2 options here. Type S for sign, P for pass. Weigh in, let us know. Next up, we find offensive tackle David Bakhtiari, formerly of the Green Bay Packers, 32 years of age. And you think about this Chiefs offensive line. Kingsley is going to be your starting left tackle as a rookie. And then you got Jawan Taylor as your starting right tackle. And I know Jawan Taylor's been paid a lot of money, but think about this. He's already been hurt this year. He's already been banged up a bit. And if we're going to be honest with ourselves, Jawan Taylor didn't look that great in 2023. And Bakhtiari, I think at this point, is probably not going to be a starter at this juncture, at least for a team right now. Maybe if there's an injury or something, potentially he could go sign somewhere and be a starter. But you could bring him in and be that backup swing tackle, and you would have one of the best backup swing tackles. It would be a pretty good insurance policy for this Kansas City Chiefs team, whether Kingsley, if he's not up to snuff, or if Jawan Taylor struggles, or if he isn't healthy, then you have a pretty decent option in Bakhtiari to fill in. Bakhtiari, a 2-time first-team All-Pro, a 3-time Pro Bowler. He is coming off injury himself, missed most of 2023 with a knee injury, but he says he's healthy, that he's ready to go at full strength entering 2024. So he's a name to keep an eye on. We'll see. He said, too, that he wants to play for a contending team, that he would love to go compete for a Super Bowl. There's no better place to do it than right here in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes in this squad. The last time that we saw a decent number of games played for Bakhtiari, you have to go back to 2022, when he had a very good pass block grade of 87.8, an overall grade of a 79.8, and a run block grade of 68.5 in 11 games played that season. Edge rusher. You can never have too many pass rushers, folks. I don't know how many times I need to say that, but I think it's a good reminder for everybody out there. Yanak Ngakoue is still available at this point in time, and he had a bit of a down year in 2023. Now Ngakoue, a week away from the season, is looking for some type of prove-it contract. He's not going to make the money that he's made previously. And where the Chiefs are at salary cap space-wise right now, this is something you could easily do if you want to pursue it in a guy like Ngakoue, and could be a perfect fit for what the Kansas City Chiefs are looking for. Bring him off the bench as a rotational pass rusher, go out there and just get some sacks. I don't need to worry about Yannick Ngakoue stopping the run or playing coverage. I just need him to go after the quarterback, come off the bench and do that. Yannick Ngakoue is more than capable of that. Ngakoue, he's been a bit of a journeyman, playing for the Bears, Colts, Raiders, Ravens, Vikings, and Jags. 2017 was probably his best season, as he was a Pro Bowler and led the league in forced fumbles that season. And you don't have to go back very far to find when Ngakoue was very productive. 9.5 sacks in 2022, 10 sacks in 2021, 8 in 2020. If he could get me 8 or more, then you're cooking with bacon grease right there. To me, I would feel great about that. If he could do that off the bench, I think you would sign up for that in a heartbeat. Should the Chiefs sign Yannick Ngakoue? What do you think about bringing him to Kansas City? Type Y for yes, in for no. Let me know. If you're Brett Veach, would you bring in Ngakoue or not? Weigh in, let us know. Next up, we find Lawrence Guy. That guy, Lawrence Guy, the former New England Patriots defensive end, is still available in free agency. And you think about where the Chiefs are at on the defensive line right now. Charles Omenihu is going to be out for a while as he begins the 2024 campaign on the PUP list. And with him on the PUP list, this could add to a nice mix with Karlaftis, with Mike Dana, and then we really don't know what we're going to get out of King Felix just yet, right? King Felix says, looked very good in training camp, but kind of left a lot to be desired in the preseason, so we really don't know. You bring in a guy like Lawrence Guy, and you could be feeling a lot better about where this group is at heading in to 2024 potentially here. Lawrence Guy, previously with the Patriots, the Ravens, Chargers, Colts, and Packers. Oh, yeah, and he's a champion, too. Won a Super Bowl with New England. He was named to the Patriots All-2010s team and was just spectacular there in New England, and could be a good fit for what this Kansas City Chiefs team needs. The numbers from Lawrence Guy, down a bit last year. Played in all 17 games, did not have a sack, 38 tackles, had 2 sacks in 2022 with 3 tackles for loss. And you can see that's kind of been what the numbers have been at the last few seasons. Last on our list, we find Shaquille Leonard at the linebacker position. And you look at the linebacker room for Kansas City. I think it's pretty solid, but you're an injury away from having some serious question marks about this linebacker room right now. And Shaq Leonard, I don't think anybody is signing him right now to be their day one starter at the linebacker spot. I think they're looking at him to be a number 3, a number 4, and that could be a perfect fit for what the Chiefs need right now. And this is somebody that if an injury happens, whatever it may be, if he needs to step in and start, he's more than capable of getting the job done. Leonard, you look at his career, we mentioned with the Eagles and the Colts, a 3-time first-team All-Pro in 2018, 2020, and 2021. A 3-time Pro Bowler from 2019 to 2021. His best season, you'll go back to 2018 when he was the league's leader in forced fumbles as well as solo and combined tackles that season. Last year, when he made the transition from Indianapolis to Philadelphia midseason, it wasn't a great go at it as he was limited to 88 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. Only played in 3 games in 2022, but you see the seasons in 2021 and 2020, 122 tackles in 21, 132 tackles in 2020. So, with that said, we've gone through all 5 players. Now we want to hear from you guys. Who is somebody the Kansas City Chiefs should sign? Weigh in the comments section. Let us know what you think. For continuing Kansas City Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Tyler Jones. Appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next time.